Good afternoon and welcome to the live studios of Independent Television and Radio. I must assure you that right here in the communication complex of the station in Igbo Saoluku, we are always excited to bring you the very best of analysis, the very best of discussion, especially on national issues. My name is Egosa Agbonlao. I have with me a very, very reliable, dependable communication strategist, analyst, and of course is the president of a pressure group in Edo State, UID. We're talking about Andrew Eigalua. Nice to have you with us today.
Good afternoon, Egosa. Good afternoon, viewers.
Yes, so we are looking at tackling corruption. Now, corruption has displayed menace in different forms. Now, even among those one would have thought are rich, wealthy, some have been accused of corrupt practices. Corruption is bedeviling the development of Nigeria. And most of our public office holders, especially the politicians, during politicking, during campaigns, they always assure Nigerians of their readiness, commitment to tackling corruption. But corruption has remained. Only on Wednesday, a former CBN governor, Emefiele, was granted bail of 300 million naira. As at yesterday, he was still in the correctional facility, pending perfection of the bail conditions. He's been accused. He's a suspect, now that we are not judging him, of fraud, over 1 billion naira fraud. So, corruption in high places, corruption in government circles, corruption in different agencies. How do we tackle corruption? Andrew Eigalua is a man who is well traveled, and so he has seen the way it's done in better climes. Let me put it that way. It's really disheartening that Nigeria is just in the woods.
Well, first and foremost, I think we have to define the concept corruption for the benefit of the viewers.
Yes.
Corruption can be defined to mean a systematic way of doing things fraudulently in a dishonest manner by people in power. Power in different sectors. Depends on where you find yourself. We can find powers in the educational sector, public sector, health sector, even in churches. There is corruption everywhere, especially in Nigeria, where corruption is not a phenomenon. It's like it's not part of us. If you are not corrupt, then do you think this person is a Nigerian? People will doubt you. It has gone to that level. In the index carried out by Transparency International in 2022, Nigeria was ranked 150 out of 180 countries in terms of corrupt countries. I laughed. So we are still at 150 out of 180. That means Nigeria still has 30 countries that they are better off in terms of corruption. Which countries are these that Nigeria is still better off in terms of corruption? Because you and I know an average Nigeria is corrupt. It's corrupt. And I think some of the factors that is making it prevalent in our society today is the laws, policies surrounding most organizations and even countries and all that makes people corrupt. I will use China as a case study. China used to be more corrupt than every other country in the world. But today, a Chinese man, if he sees any dollar that does not belong to him or her, they leave that place. A Chinese man that is in public service, the moment he or she is caught in any corrupt act, before they judge him or her, they hung themselves because they know the consequences. That is how corruptor was tackled in China. That place has been transformed. And who does that? It's not you and I. It is the policy-making body, which is the House of Rep and Senate. Because most times people keep saying our judges are corrupt. They are not. These are people that work with the tenets of the Constitution. According to the Constitution, subsection, blah, 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 they will quote it for you. Such offense is bailable. Such offense can carry a plea bargain. They will interpret it for you, pending when such act or case has been changed in law. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but basically, since 1999, the constitution that we apply or we use in Nigeria, to me, it encourages corruption.
Andrew Ighaloa, you are making very, very valid points, and I will allow you to continue, but that will be immediately after this break to allow us to introduce our other guest. Okay, that's why we're back after that brief interlude. Just joining us is a youth leader. He's also a politician, and but he prefers to be introduced by his profession. He is a farmer, the chairman of the Edo State Palm Produce Association, EFOSATOY. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, before the break, Andrew Ighaloa said that judges in Nigeria are not corrupt, that the insinuation in certain quarters that probably there's cash inducement amongst judges, that it is very untenable, it should be debunked, that there's nothing like that, that Nigerian judges are very, very upright, that what happens may not be acceptable to the public because they interpret the laws, they interpret the Constitution. It is not what they like. It is not that they like certain faces, that they will interpret the laws just the way they are. In other words, the Constitution must be put right. He was just explaining that. Please continue.
Yeah, like I said our judges, they are not corrupt, like people insinuate.
Yes.
It is the Constitution before them that they interpret. If the offense that you've committed is bailable, they will tell you it's bailable, like that of Emefiele. People, I know Nigerians are angry right now that why should it be why should you go on bail? No matter what, they should kill him, they should go life in prison and all that. But based on the Constitution, the offense is bailable. It's bailable, and secondly, in the final analysis, there's going to be a plea bargain. What is plea bargain? It's in the Constitution. Okay, Emefiele, take some and give us some. Go home free, a free man. It is not less for you as a Nigerian to be honest and do things right. Because when it comes to maybe committing an offense or any corrupt practice, be rest assured that with time, you will still go a free man based on the Constitution that we practice. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So, and I still see it as, aside being corrupt, most Nigerians, they do things out of greed. Like Emefiele, for instance, is former CBN governor. And in CBN, you have 4 years first term, another 4 years second term, which is renewable. If you are not the greedy type, like he is to me.
No, we shouldn't judge you.
No, I say, in my own opinion.
We shouldn't judge you.
No, in my own opinion.
He's a suspect. He's still innocent.
No, outside his case that is having.
Otherwise.
Outside the case that is having, no.
Yes.
If he's not a greedy man, you did 4 years, straight 4 years. Don't you think you are supposed to bow out and let somebody else come and take over from you? Then you did 8 years. You hanging on to one position where all eyes are on you. Take example from Professor Soludo. He did 4 years as a CBN governor. He left office, went to his state to contest for governorship. He lost in the first instance. Second time, he won. He's not the governor of, is he not Anambra? So we should learn not to be greedy. Because it is greediness that amounts to this corruption. Look at the case and the policy put in place by various bodies can still determine if corruption can be reduced to the barest minimum. Like the case we had in Edo State, AAU, our citadel of learning, if not for the intervention of our amiable governor, Godwin Obaseki, whereby the professors, the school authorities, they were busy admitting students anyhow. Some departments that are supposed to admit maximum 100, they admitted 1,000, collecting money from them, knowing fully well that they will still shove them away after 100 or 200 levels.
Okay, those are allegations of
no, there's a committee. I was set up, and they gave us this submission. Let's be frank here. Yes. We are trying to fight a canker worm with the
right, but I don't want us to use that institution as a case because we don't have all the facts available before us. I don't have their own representative to speak on their behalf.
I have read it. I have read the submission.
Yes, so let's just talk about this problem in Nigeria.
Right now, how could corruption be reduced to the barest? Such situations where people have been caught wanting. I'm sure in that situation, some of the professors and lecturers that were involved in that crime, they are still working. They are still working there. Why don't you just use them to serve as deterrent? Go home. You are sacked. Go home. If you start putting some stringent measures in some areas, then corruption will reduce. You understand? Because the rate at which everybody is, go to ordinary POS now. We are trying to go cashless.
Yes.
But now, if you buy something from a POS holder, they want to deduct your own money from what you bought. Like recently, was 3 days ago, I bought this catfish, 5,200. Said, use my card. The person brought out her POS. Said she's going to deduct 200 from my money to add to. I said, why? Is it not your POS? He said, no. And I said, if not for the fact that the catfish has been sliced, I would have returned it.
Yes, I agree.
I had to pay with cash.
Yes.
You see, corruption. Every facet of the society is corrupt. It's like if you cannot be in them, you join them. And it's not good. But though there's corruption everywhere, it takes two to tango. What are some of the causes of these corrupt practices? Poverty. To make ends meet in Nigeria now, your salary alone can't take you. Let's be frank with ourselves. Your salary cannot take you to pay your house rent, to fuel your car, to feed your family. You must be involved in one way or the other in any corrupt practice, depending on the gravity of corruption you are involved in, that will not land you in police problem. So an average, even in churches too, you see, there is corruption in churches. If you follow the last election, the presidential election, I was looking at some of our so-called religious leaders. What I'm frowning at is, don't tell me God told you, because God does not lie. Because an aspirant comes to your church to do thanksgiving and all that, you will be telling the aspirant that God said I should tell you that you are going to be the next governor. God said I should tell you that you are going to be the next president. At the end, the person did not win. So who are you mocking? The Bible says, thou shalt not use the name of the Lord thy God in vain. You can pray for the person. Oh, this is your aspiration. I pray you win. But let God give us a good leader. But they will promise you. Because at the end, you are going to donate. Playing, what's it called? Game. With trying to do trial luck. We all saw it. Big religious leaders involved in corruption. So I think this thing has to do with personal thing. Not to be corrupt or to be corrupt.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll get the thoughts of Efosa Atoy now, because this problem, corruption, has become a monster. And economists, financial experts are of the opinion that leakages in any system must be blocked for development to be achieved. Same applies to Nigeria. For Nigeria to be elevated to enviable position in the Committee of Nations, corruption must be tackled. Agree that corruption can trickle down, but it is a problem that must be addressed. Efosa Atoy, you have been with the youths. You are also a businessman. Now, this problem, what's your take?
Corruption is an English word. And if we are talking about corruption, my brother here said, even the church. The word corruption, everybody is corrupt. Even your wife is corrupt. Your children, they are all corrupt. Depends on what we see. Today, I believe I'm here to tell Nigerians that where we are now, a president told us if we don't kill corruption, corruption will kill us. And we're already dead. Because the corruption has eventually succeeded in killing us. There is no area, there is no place you will go that you will not see a sharp practices. And we've accepted corruption as our way of life. If you are not corrupt, you are not a deviant. In this society now, he just said something. You bought something, a fish, your means of payment, 5,200. He said the POS, you pay the charges 200. What is the POS charging? 15 naira. Now, we are talking about the POS. What is the bank doing us now? You transfer with your bank, they will debit you 3, 4, 5 times. Before I came in here now, I've been trying to recharge MTN. It's not going.
They don't mention the name of any telecommunication, yeah.
I'm here today. I was invited. I said I will come. Nigerians should look at it. We've prayed too much and God is just looking at us. Our prayers have been answered. The corruption we are talking about now is just with us. From the day we started celebrating mediocrity, from the day we started looking at what will I get, now we've gotten everything now. Nobody knows where to go to. To the left, there is crime. To the right, there is crime. You go to the church, there is crime. You go to the traditional, oh, there is crime. Where will you go? Even in your house now, you bring money for food, you will buy this, your wife will hide either the rice or this, say there is no more rice. You will bring money, in short, children you give them, you pay school fees. If you don't have the record, daddy, you said you will pay, you've not paid. I will say, no, I paid. They say that I'm just trying to play pranks. But if you fall, he collects the money. Now, what is going on? The value system is dead. Let us be frank. You go to the school, there is no longer morals. You go to the church, there is no longer morals. You go to the traditional institution, there is no longer morals. Then where are we? Yesterday they were saying the Kanu judgment, and we are saying, telling me judiciary. We thought the last hope of the poor, the masses, is judiciary. My brother, the hunger, the hunger have always been. Even the Bible tells us somebody sold his birthright because he was hungry. We know. Nigerians now, where are we? Subsidy was removed in this same year. APC government handed over to APC government. And in this same year, things did not just double, things are still increasing. Fuel, apart from NNPC, fuel is almost 700. We are looking at going to 1,000. Nigerians are still buying it. We are complaining our salary cannot sustain us. All the heateries are all cooking every day. People are patronizing. Cars are big going. Where is this money coming from? And I keep on asking this question. What is going on? Nobody have answered it. The CBN governor is being asked, do this, do this, do that. Is he a one-man show? Or is he not having deputies? Now they say they are investigating. I would not agree with my brother. He said 4 years, 8 years. If he has the time to run, was it not the CBN governor? Some members went to meet him as a governor of CBN. You can contest. Those collected money. These are corruptions. And if we say corruption, when the thing was coming, I grew up to see when armed robbers in court, they will send them to death. They will take them to the firing squad so that it will stop people from robbing. It did not stop. Today, we are saying the Yahoo boys, the Yahoo boys. If you call Yahoo boys, let us talk about Yahoo men. All the money they are pumping in for election, where is it? I told somebody yesterday, I said, whenever we want to go to farm, they will tell you they are herdsmen. They will rape our daughters, kill our wife, do sorts of things. But I will tell you this, in that same spot, whenever a community want to sell the land, you will not say herdsmen. Nobody will stop you. And nobody is looking at both sides. I've decided to say, whatever we need to do as a citizen of this country is for we to start from our very home. Let us start teaching our children the values, because in a school, nothing. Your children will come back from school. What they are telling you is, this person bought this car, this firm.
Okay, Professor, I have to quickly interject. We'll take a brief break now, and thereafter, Professor will continue because he's emphasizing the ways out of corruption. Okay, it's a delight to have you back. I'm always excited to know that you're spending your 60 minutes with us on the program, 60 Minutes Nigeria, or you're spending part of your 60 minutes with us. With me in the studio, we have Andrew Eigalua, a communication strategist and a very renowned analyst. We also have with us the man that prefers to be called a farmer because he's the chairman of Edo Palm Produce Association, Edo State Palm Produce Association. Efosato, you were just talking about morals, moral decadence in the society. Yeah, you want to conclude your remarks?
Yes. As I was saying, we should not look at corruption at those who have been caught. Till tomorrow, they are still repatriating Abacha loot because he died. The generals that did not die, they did not loot. Where is the money? Because Abacha died, that is why the loot is still coming. Emefiele was sacked and tried. They are saying, crucify him. Let them check the records. What we've seen, my turn, you've looted, I want to go and loot. Nobody is thinking of the common goal of this nation. If the politicians are doing same, I will tell you as a politician, the politicians, they invest, they sell their things, they borrow money to campaign. The people that I believe prosperity will judge them are those who are using the name of the God Almighty we serve. You call it traditional, you call it the Islam or the Christian. They don't bring anything on board. When they come, they are very calm and humble. Sometimes with the Bible and the bell, a member contributes. To the car, the members. For them not to say the truth, and the next thing they start writing books and be giving a motivational statement by telling you the Lord will do it. If the Lord will do it, why did you start telling people? Let the Lord do it for you. But these are where the corruption spreaded. Okay. I will tell you, we have a facility along this Lagos road for people to come, a hall. I've never seen anybody that want to produce. Everybody coming He said, I want to use it for a fellowship. And what is going on in the fellowship? Is it the word I know? Love your enemy, love your brothers, honor your father? Are you telling them they are giving you money? They are giving them false hope. And for that reason, that is where, when you get cheap money from wrong source, you cannot defend it, but rather you want to protect it and do all kinds of things to keep it up. So the word corruption is already endowed in our system, is now our custom, is our culture, and we are living with it, and we are fine with it until we all go to answer the call of nature. But saying we are going to change corruption, because what Sigmund Freud said, he said, when the numbers of a particular society are towing one direction, and very few are saying no, which are saying anti-corruption. Even the agency that is fighting corruption, ICPC and EFCC, they are more corrupt. So who will now fight? So at the end of it all, for you to be a deviant in a society where everybody steals, and you say you are not going to steal, they will tell you that you are the thief. And everybody will believe you.
Thank you, Professor Atoy. But let me quickly correct that EFCC and ICPC, they are not corrupt. They are agencies of government set up to fight corruption. If maybe any personnel is arrested for fraud, well, the courts are there to also
which court?
Pass judgments.
Which court?
You know, so we cannot generalize. Okay, so the program is 60 Minutes Nigeria. I hope you are enjoying the discussion. Andre Iyaloa. Now, yes, we've agreed that corruption has permeated nooks and crannies in the country, the fabric of society, but there must be a way out. So what do we do?
Way out?
Like it is now. For now, I don't think there is a standardized way to bail us out of this corruption. But if it has to start with the government. The machinery or the policies or the laws they put in place to fight corruption. That is where organizations, even homes, individuals, will not borrow leave. If the government does not start to fight corruption, and we are seeing it materializing, then we can't fight corruption. And how does the government fight corruption now? I'm not saying a governor has no right to go and arrest anybody. The president has no right to go and arrest anybody. What brings about arrest? The Constitution. If, like during Jonathan's time, they spent billions in organizing a constitutional review committee. Over 8 billion that was spent. And the recommendation of that committee till today, it has not been implemented. And that is what is giving Nigeria problems. Even an ordinary organization cannot function without laws. An ordinary organization of 10 persons. If you are setting up an organization, what do you first of all set up? Constitution. Okay,
thank you, Andre Iyaloa. We have our first caller on the show. We'll allow you to call in and make your contribution. So we have our first caller. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, we're having a technical problem having our callers make their contribution. So we'll just continue. Andre Iyaloa, please continue.
Like as I was saying, I said, if we have to fight corruption, it has to start with government. It is then organizations, families, individuals cannot key into it. Oh, government is fighting corruption, and we are saying it. And how does government fight corruption? Through policies, laws. And laws is being promulgated by the National Assembly or State Assembly. What are the laws guiding maybe educational sector, the health sector, every sectors? Like now, in any public organization, if you go to the office, you want to see, even to apply for a contract from government office, you will first of all, they will tell you to go and prepare your listing, your program. But if you don't settle who and who is at various desks, your case, your file will not move. That is where corruption starts from. And in most cases, the people they give this contract, they are half-baked. They are not even qualified. But because they've settled each desk before it goes to the permanent secretary's desk or whoever, the director's desk, they will approve that one's own. But you that is going to do a diligent job, a perfect job, because you did not settle, your file will be there. Before you know it, they will tell you, sorry, you can apply next time.
Okay, thank you, Andrew Alua. We have our first caller now. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please, your name, where are you calling from, and your contribution?
Yeah, this is Benjamin on the line. We are talking about corruption, about the government situation. What the corruption, how corruption will stop in this revolution? Because I believe that my father, he worked in Nigeria. When Babangida came in, he retired on time because he was saying truth. They removed my father from that place. He placed somebody in that position because of what? Corruption. If you want to stop corruption, the leader, they have the one. And if I job, I go to school, and they want to get a job. Just look at the issue.
Okay, I think we're having problem with the caller there. Maybe it's a network problem, but we'll just discontinue the calling for today. We seem to be having technical issues, not getting it right. Okay, please, Andre Alua, yes, you're just making comments on the way out.
Yes, the way out is for constitutional amendments. That is for big corrupt cases, not by corrupt cases. When I mean constitutional, like the case of MFLA right now that is going on, like I said before, most of the offense that he has committed, one is bailable, and in the final analysis, there's what we call plea bargain. He will still be set free. They will take some and let MFLA go, based on the constitution.
Well, we'll wait for that because we know that the lawyers will do their job.
Kyari.
For and against.
Listen.
Yes.
We have cases. Kyari, the former commissioner of police, where is it today? It's under bail. He was bailed because the offense he committed is bailable. He was held for some days, some months and all that. But as we speak, he's at home because the offense is bailable. By the time we apply stringent measures to serious cases, especially when it comes to money, because this catch, they are looting, they are stealing, it is the people's money, taxpayers' money. So I think in Nigeria, I always tell people the best form of business is to go and work for government. Oh, now government worker, we are not being paid. Says who? That is the best place you can steal and enrich yourself in Nigeria. But in other developed countries, if you are working in the government offices, it's like you are an average person because you can't steal. There's no opportunity for you to start stealing. But in Nigeria, that's the best business you can do. Quote me, most of the federal permanent secretaries in this country today, they are the richest people because they don't move. They stay. Any minister that is coming will be under them. The minister is an appointee. He has time to work. But they are there. They work hand in hand with the ministers. But they don't campaign. They don't print posters. They don't do anything. They are just there waiting for the new minister to come. Oh yeah, how is the game being played? So corruption has eaten us so deep that it's only God and our conscience as Nigerians that will rescue Nigeria in terms of corruption.
Okay, thank you. But whenever I hear when Nigerians talk about only God, I'm always taken aback. That does not mean that I do not have absolute faith in God. I do. But other countries, developed countries, they also believe in God. Things are working there. What is now happening to Nigeria, where we also believe in God, but instead of Nigerians to work hard, we keep saying, God will do it, God will do it. No, that is blasphemy. We must work. You must do your work. Then God will bless the work of your hands. Sometimes time to go to work. In Nigeria, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 3 p.m., thereabout, public service and all of that. 9 a.m., 10 a.m., you see some people gathered in the church in the morning. Instead of such persons to be working. Well, that's not our discussion. It's not our focus for today. If we had a pastor, he would have explained that to us. But I know that one pastor has explained that in one of our previous programs. People should work. Don't always say God. This is corruption. You and I must tackle corruption. We shouldn't wait for God to tackle corruption in Nigeria. We just got that caller, though it was not very audible, but some points he made. The government must be sincere in the fight against corruption. And the citizens must be willing to accept the new order to fight and tackle corruption if Nigeria must move to higher pedestal. At first I thought, the way forward is very important. There must be a way out.
The way forward is forward. I've said it. We have no conscience. Let me just put it very clear. God will not come to sort it out. I am still saying it as a Nigerian who believed. At a time, I said, Abacha died. That is why his loot has not ended. There were generals before Abacha, and there were generals after Abacha. They are still alive. Are they sent? They did not loot. Good.
Recently, a general was sentenced by court martial. So that's to tell you that this government is actually tackling corruption.
Do you know? Let me,
yes.
This topic is like, say we should discuss about Nigeria. We are not talking about corruption. Tell me who's not corrupt. Me standing here now. If you are not corrupt, your wife will make you corrupt. Your children will make you corrupt. Your parents, if you still have them, will make you corrupt. You will hear calls like this. They will know where. Are you the only person there? I'm still alive. Oh. You streak. Look, there is this threat of people around you. Everybody wants good thing. Let me tell you, if the government, after God is government, if the government today of our president want to stamp and fight corruption, do you know they will not say they want to fight corruption. They should do what is right. First and foremost, a president may so rest in peace. With the controversy, he came as the president. He's welcoming his inaugural speech. He said, I know how I entered. Please, I will do a reform to the electoral process. He never last, he died.
Which president? Is it?
Yaradua.
Okay.
And
wonderful president. Yeah, wonderful president.
He died. But we cannot ask God why. Since then, the reform, the then President Jonathan said, look, confirm, money was spent. Nobody opened that book. What are we looking at? Once you are a governor, they call you a title excellency. The next thing, after you live there, they call you ex-convict. And the thing we ask ourselves, we grow up in this town, they will ask you, where's your family? We know who are thieves. We know those who are thugs. We know those who are farmers. We know those who are academicians. We know those who their daughters, you want to pray for them to marry from that family. That is why they will ask you, where is your lineage? But today it does not matter. What is he doing? He has an hotel. He has big cars. He lives in London. He lives in America. This is what we want to hear. He has a good phone. He has that. As long as the society where we belong to, we celebrate what they call success. Let me tell you, we are going where we are going to. You said something, 10 o'clock, somebody is in the church. Let me tell you, the person that called them to come to church, he promised them that you don't know when your healing will come. And when he comes, as they come, after singing or whatever, you say you sow a seed, he will obtain them again, and they will drop the last money. Some of them, after dropping money, they will trek home. I saw somebody, he said, I'm just coming for church, and he's asking me for help. I said, did you pray to God? Did you tell God that after praying, you will come and beg? He said, no. He said, but if God, I said, God will not touch me. God is telling me you are a fool. Because the money you use in going to that church and give that man, the man will take that money and buy for and drive off past you. This is where corruption starts. I will tell you, I don't want to say corruption. Nigeria is corrupt. America is corrupt. But when you talk about leadership, my brother here said, the quickest way, the fastest way is for you to find yourself into government. We are in this country, if you are in government, you cannot own a house. You cannot buy a new car. But today, a sitting member will be building a hotel, and he will come there with a siren. How much is your allowance? Let us ask questions. Today we are enjoying the facility of somebody who loves the state. We pray that he should live long. A man everybody want to look like.
Which man are you talking about?
The Sama.
Okay.
We don't have two of him. A man that want to bring people from poverty. He might have his other side, but the side we are enjoying today, when he was in Air, since he left Air business, Benin are suffering. Anytime they like, we pay the highest fare. But when he was in that business, Okada Air, today we are flying. Benin route is the most expensive route. Abuja to Lagos is cheaper from Abuja to Benin. But when this man, he made Edo Benin, I'm not here to praise him, but I'm here to tell people that apart from him now, can we bring out one man that use everything he has to promote, to encourage? I'm in his studio. He will live, and what he has done, the legacy, let me tell you, corruption might die today, but you see, the people who are promoting it, somebody want to be like Esama. Can you walk like him? Have you labored like him? Did he pick it on the floor? 50 years the man has been in the podium. And those who think they can draw shoulder with him, they will only fail because the man believes in hard work. And that is what has failed in this society. We don't believe in hard work. We want to get it done. Somebody bring computer and say, I now computer and I have billions. The next thing, they want to contest. Let me tell you, I told them, I said, anybody, whatever you do that you are not caught, as we were saying, na get we get bele be ashawo. The one we don't get bele no be ashawo. So what we are saying is this: as long as we are talking about corruption, let us bring value system. What is the value system? They will swear with Quran, they will go and loot. They will swear with the Bible, they will go and loot. Bring Ogun and Omila, bring Ayelala, let them swear. Somebody say if they see swear, they will go and loot. Do you know why? Once you are taking an oath, when you are waiting for spirit to change the society, the spirit will not change because the spirit does not pay tax. It's we that pay tax.
Thank you very much. Please, concluding remarks, Andre Alua. Your concluding remarks. Because time is always our friend of the program.
My remarks here is that corruption is like a phenomenon in Nigeria now.
It's still a way of life.
So it is just our attitude towards life that can You cannot fight it, but you can reduce it to the barest minimum by changing our attitude to life. But it's going to be difficult because of the economy. It's too harsh. And people want to make ends meet.
Survivor.
And by trying to make ends meet, you must be corrupt.
Are you saying that there are we don't have Nigerians with integrity again?
Of course, 5% to 95%.
It's failure.
So that is failure. Until that's why most times, if I'm dealing with you as an individual, I will be looking at you. Not until we finish our business, I don't trust you, especially when it has to do with money.
That is the word.
Thank you very much, Sandro Aloha. Thank you very much, Ebosa Atoy.
No further remark.
Time is not always a friend.
I should give further remark.
Okay, quick one.
My final remark is this. The word corruption can be changed to Nigeria. And if you look at it, corruption, the day Nigeria changed, corruption ends. Because every letter from the end to the last letter of Nigeria is corrupt. Because why is it so? Every Nigerian wants to survive.
Okay.
As survivor, there is no law, there is no rule. We are just living at the mercy of a government, non-government, because when a government steals, they're quiet for others to rush.
Okay,
and take the rest.
Thank you very much. That your closing remark was becoming another discussion. Well, I must thank you for being a part of this week's edition of 60 Minutes Nigeria. I'm really perturbed about this corruption because, like I told you, financial experts, economists have made it very, very explicit that for Nigeria to get out of the woods, for Nigeria to develop, corruption must be tackled. And you and I have a duty, we have a part to play to tackle corruption. My name is Ego Sagbolao. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.